I'm Andrew Dealey. I'm Director of Strategy and Development at Low Carbon Contracts Company. I look after company strategy, policy and regulation, business development and external stakeholder engagement.
My name's Rachel Cox. I'm the Chief People Officer at Low Carbon Contracts Company, and my job is focused on attracting, developing and retaining top talent to be able to deliver all our business goals.
I'm Neil McDermott. I'm CEO of Low Carbon Contracts Company. I am responsible for leading the business and ultimately for delivering the company's strategy. So the current status of our net zero ambitions is that we've made a lot of progress in the journey towards decarbonising the power generation sector and ultimately towards net zero 2050. Indeed, renewable generation represents more than 50% of our electricity generation in Great Britain.
We have a Clean Power 2030 action plan, which is a clear and tangible sign to industry that we're trying to deliver clean power by 2030. We have seen in the last decade over £61 billion invested into the renewables industry. We're also seeing emerging technologies in respect of hydrogen and carbon capture. To deliver net zero by 2050, we absolutely need confident and ambitious investors so they can deploy billions and billions of pounds of investment into the UK for our burgeoning renewables industry.
So how do we overcome that volatile electricity price?
And this is what the Contract for Difference delivers.
The Contract for Difference is a 15-year contract between Low Carbon Contracts Company and a developer, a generator, who is investing in building a renewable generation facility, a large capital-intensive project. And that contract can fix the price, well, it will fix the price for the output from that project over 15 years. Within the CFD, there is what we call a difference payment. And that is the difference between the wholesale market price for electricity, which is quoted every day, and the strike price in the contract. And we will calculate the difference between the wholesale price and the strike price in each contract and multiply that quite simply by the volume of electricity generated by each project that has a CFD. And we will make a payment each day to the project as a top-up over and above what they can earn in the wholesale market.
It's also indexed against inflation, which provides a degree of protection. So LCCC can guarantee the fixed price to investors through the three primary roles that we undertake. Firstly, being the private law counterparty to the contract that they enter into. Secondly, as a levy administrator. So it's enshrined in legislation that LCCC can raise the money for the difference payments through a levy on electricity suppliers. So we raise money from electricity suppliers to make sure that difference payments can be made. And then thirdly, we occupy the role of the settlement agent. So we actually settle the contracts. We make sure that those payments are made to smooth that revenue for the generator or investor. So the Contract for Difference has achieved some fantastic outcomes over its 10-year lifespan. So within 10 years, LCCC has grown its portfolio to 40 gigawatts of clean power. 10 gigawatts of that is already operational and providing clean power to the electricity system, with the remaining 30 in either construction or the development phase.
We have attracted more than 61 billion of private sector investment into low carbon, renewable electricity generation in Great Britain.
So we work with both new and emerging technologies. The mature technologies, such as offshore wind, solar and onshore wind, for example.
Also investment in the production of hydrogen, which will be a critical aspect of decarbonising the wider economy. We're now looking at the opportunity to have contracts for difference in Northern Ireland for the development of the renewables sector in Northern Ireland. There are other areas of the economy, such as potentially sustainable aviation fuels. How could a CFD work with sustainable aviation fuels to encourage investment in the production as we look to decarbonise the aviation sector?
So LCCC has a big role to play in educating and informing others about the benefits of the contract for difference. We're very proactive in engaging with lots of different players across the industry. That may be financial institutions, trade bodies, generators, developers, the UK government, especially in terms of policy decision makers, and wider MPs and parliamentarians, all with our focus around informing and educating about the benefits of the contract for difference.
One of the things attracting people to work for us is our purpose. Accelerating the delivery of net zero. That unites our people. They feel the connection with the strategy and the vision regardless of what they do and where they're based doing that. You can play a big role actually in delivering some really important initiatives.
Our purpose is ultimately to make decarbonisation work. And so we work every day to optimise, to manage the delivery of net zero 2050.
We have a value around powered by curiosity, which is all about finding better ways or creating new ways, acknowledging the fact that actually some of the things we're doing for the first time. Just under 5,000 hours of learning has taken place in LCCC this year, but we base our learning around what's called the 70-20-10 principle, so under which 70% of learning is on the job through doing it, and that might be through doing things wrong and learning on the job. 20% is learning from others, and that could be from coaching, mentoring, observing others. And then the final 10% is from what we'd call formal learning. So I guess what you would call training in kind of old terminology, but it could be reading as well. So it's acknowledging the fact that you can go on a training course and that's great, but unless you apply that back in your day-to-day, you're unlikely to see the return on that investment. We really take diversity, equity, inclusion incredibly seriously. It's not a tick box exercise at LCCC. We have a 50-50 gender split at LCCC, which for the energy industry is really quite unheard of. We recently kind of reset our strategic objectives in this area, setting up a number of employee resource groups or ERGs where our employees can get together and connect with other people from different backgrounds or in areas that they are allies to. We also have really positive representation of women at board level, so we have a female chair and strong representation at a board level. So we're really proud actually that we, like I said, are probably unlike a number of organisations in our space in that regard.
I am optimistic, confident and ambitious. Working with the private sector, by working with government, we will reach net zero 2050.
There's a lot of passion and energy in our organisation towards delivering that. I think it's really important that we do stay true to that sort of entrepreneurial culture that I think has really enabled the business to be as successful as it is today.
I'm very confident because we have all of the building blocks in place to deliver. We have a strong action plan, we have a collaborative industry, and we have tools and frameworks that enable investors to invest in renewables with confidence. I feel ambitious and I feel inspired by everyone working in this industry to make a real difference.
We work with government, we work with our generators and other stakeholders in the industry. And because we're not profit making and because we sit between government and the private sector, we really have one ambition, which is to make it work. And so we will work tirelessly to really structure the schemes that we run in a way that preserves investor confidence and also minimises cost to consumers.